Hi friends, hi readers, thank you so much for coming and welcome back to our returning visitors. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy you're enjoying these videos. I know you're not paying any attention to me because Spike's back! She's just lounging with me because we are going to do some research, some reading about her today once again, and she is a great inspiration for our work together today. How about, since I love Spike, and I bet you some readers out there love Spike too, let's give her a special greeting. In my class, to say that we cared about each other at the end of each day, we would sing a special song. And the song that we would sing is called Skinnamarink-a-Dink. And we sing it because we cared about each other. We sing it because at the end of the day, we wanted to say goodbye in a special way. And it's a really nice way to say goodbye, but also it's a nice way to just tell someone you care about them. Sing along with me if you know it. It has some hand movements as well. And it goes like this. Skinnamarink-a-Dink-a-Dink, Skinnamarink-a-Doo, I love you. Skinnamarink-a-Dink-a-Dink, Skinnamarink-a-Doo, I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Oh, Skinnamarink-a-Dink-a-Dink, Skinnamarink-a-Doo, I love you. I love you. One more time. I love you. And you, and you, and you, and you. Oh, I think Spike feels welcomed. I hope you do as well. It's nice to start off our read alouds with a little song or a little movement. It gets us ready to sit for a bit. So please try it at home whenever you have a chance. Today, we're going to have a special activity involving Spike. But if you're new to us, you should know that every week we read a new picture book for students grades kindergarten and third. They should follow along not only with the book, but with the activity. There is an activity that goes with each read aloud. So after you read this book, you get to do some fun stuff. You can find the activity in all of the week's read alouds at witchchicago.org. And that's the place where you can find stuff for all kids of all ages, all things that you want to know about books and practice literacy skills at home. Today, our activity is researching reptiles. Once again, just like researchers, we're going to use a text in the topic that we want, and we're going to explore this topic with this special tool that's very helpful for researchers. It's called a KWL chart. Maybe you've heard of it. It's peeking behind me if you've noticed, and I'll explain it right now. The K in our KWL chart is all the things that we already know. So before we read anything, there are some things that we know already. Things that are already in our brain or things that we've already researched. And we should write those down so that we can already have an understanding of our knowledge before we even get started. It also can check later to see if we have any misunderstandings. Because sometimes we think we know something, but we're not quite right. Here's what I mean. I know for sure, there are bearded dragons, just like Spiky right here, are reptiles. I learned that in the book before that I read about her, and I learned that on my own, and I just know that bearded dragons, like Spike, are a type of reptile. I know that for sure. So I wrote that on my K part, under K. But also in our KWL chart, there's a W. The W is for wonderings, or things you want to know. Check out Spike, she wants to know. What do we know too? Wonderings are all the questions you have before you read. One question I have already, for sure, is what do all reptiles have in common? Because sometimes it feels like Spike is special, and there's all different kinds of reptiles like snakes and turtles, and I wonder what makes them all the same? What makes a reptile all the same? What do they all have in common? And finally, the most important part of research typically is the L. The L is all the things you learned from your research. So after we read and during we read, we're going to take note of all the new learning that we got. Are you ready to read, Spike? I think she's really ready to read. But here's where we write all the answers to our questions and even answers to questions we didn't have under that learn part after reading our book. What is a reptile? By Melvin and Gilda Berger. Title page. What is a reptile? Ooh, look at these beautiful pictures. These photographs. A snake is a reptile. If you didn't know that, you should write that down under learned. A turtle is a reptile. An alligator is a reptile. Look at that guy. Did you know dinosaurs were reptiles too? If you didn't know that, please write it down in your under learned. A lizard is a reptile. Spike's a lizard. Some reptiles are very big. Whoa, that looks like an anaconda, a very large snake. Some reptiles are very small. Small as your nose. Looks like a baby Spike. Did you know the smallest lizard can fit on a dime? Wait a minute. I'm definitely going to write that down under learned. I did not know that. A dime is teensy, 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 teensy. Well, it looks like a skeleton of a reptile like Spike. All reptiles have backbones. Whoa. I didn't know that. The backbone is this spine right here that goes all the way from your head all the way down. You have a backbone too. Looks like a dinosaur skeleton. Even dinosaurs had backbones. I found out that one thing is true about all reptiles. They all have backbones. And remember, I was asking the question, what do all reptiles have in common? I answered my question. I wonder if I get other facts about all reptiles as well. Oh, there it is. All reptiles have scales. I'm definitely writing that down under what I learned. It answered my question as well. They have scales and they have backbones. Turtles have shells. Interesting. Spike doesn't have a shell, so all reptiles don't have shells. Did you know a frightened turtle can pull its head and legs into its shell? Interesting. I did kind of know that, I think. Most reptiles have tails. So most right here means not all, only some. So, I mean a lot of some because it's most, but not everyone. So that doesn't answer my question, but it is an interesting fact. Did you know lizards' tails can break off and then grow back? That is very interesting. Spike's tail can grow back. I'm writing that down under learned. Very interesting fact. Turtle. Some have no tails. Look at that guy, no tail. That's the environment that Spike was from. Some reptiles live in hot, dry deserts. I didn't know that. I love that picture. Some live in oceans, lakes, swamps, or rivers. They have a very diverse habitats. Very diverse habitats. Some reptiles eat meat or fish. Ooh, that alligator, it looks like he's eating some meat. Maybe a fish. I'm hungry. Did you know reptiles swallow without chewing? Wowzers. I did not know that. Perhaps I'll write that down under learned. Look at strawberries. Others eat plants. Reptiles come in many colors. Beautiful. Oh, look at that white alligator. Wow. Did you know most reptiles are brown or green to help them hide? I didn't know that. I think Spike's brown. Some have designs on their skin or shells. Spike has a very interesting design on her skin as well. Chameleons are lizards that can change color. Chameleons look a lot like Spike's bearded dragon species, but they are different. They're so cool looking though. Did you know some chameleons change when they're frightened, cold, or in front of a mirror? Oh, that's interesting. I have to try that out. I wonder if Spike will change her colors if I put a mirror in front of her. Look at that guy. I love the way his skin looks. Most reptiles have 4 feet. Not all, so I'm not gonna write it down because just most. I wanna know about all reptiles under the answer to my question. Snakes crawl along the ground. Interesting. Look how beautiful that color is in that snake. Did you know some snakes can swim or climb trees? Wowzers. Oh, look at that. Looks like a baby. Most reptiles hatch from eggs. It doesn't answer my question about all of them, but I do find that an interesting fact I want to write down for learned. But some are born alive. Did you know reptiles have been about 10 babies at a time? Whoa! That means Spike has about 9 brothers and sisters. Definitely writing that down under learned. Did you know an alligator mother carries her babies in her mouth? Whoa, how does she stop from biting it? Some reptiles take care of their babies. I have a new question now. I wonder if reptiles like Spike take care of their babies or not. Maybe they don't take care of them. Baby sea turtles never even know their mothers. I wonder if Spike knew her mother. Looks like they're crawling out to the sea, little guys. Look closely. Can you find a reptile in each photo? This is a fun game. Let's see. Ooh, can you see them? They hide, but I think I can see the nose of an alligator. I'm gonna turn the camera. Let's see. Can you see this guy? There's his little teeth and his eye. I think that's his eye. And these are his teeth. Very cool. Looks like he's hiding under a branch or in a branch. The end. And look, the author was so kind to give us a nice glossary. It says, alligator is a reptile with strong jaws, sharp teeth, and a long tail. By the way, I forgot to mention, glossary is where you find a list of the words that were mentioned in a book and their definitions. I'll go over them quickly. We have backbone, the bones that run down the middle of an animal's back, also called a spine. Chameleon, a lizard that can change colors. It mostly eats insects that it catches with its long, sticky tongue. Lizard, a reptile with a scaly body, 4 legs, and a long tail. Lizards are the most common kind of reptile. Like Spike, she's a lizard. Reptiles, a group of animals that includes snakes, lizards, turtles, and alligators. Scales, bits of hard skin that cover all or parts of a reptile's body, like Spike's. Shell, the hard outside covering of a turtle. Turtle shells have top and bottom parts. Snake, a long, thin reptile that has no legs. Tail, the end part of an animal's body that we found out can pop off of Spike. Whoa! And finally, turtle, a reptile with a hard shell that lives on land or in water. And look at the end, our happy alligator friend with his butterfly. Thank you, friends. I hope that you enjoy researching today, too. Goodbye.